Okay guys, this is Miss Page. We're going to be going over our day 10 of 20 Days to Star. So let's get started. Number 1, create a list showing the sample space for the following scenario. You can choose between a chef salad, tuna salad, or chicken salad, and then between ranch or French dressing. So if we're going to do this, we're going to list our types of salad. We've got chef salad. We've got tuna salad, and we have chicken salad. And on these 3 different salads, we can have ranch or French dressing. So ranch, French, ranch, French, ranch, French. And that's it. I created a list showing the sample space. Number 2. Mr. Ramirez gives school supplies out as prizes for games and activities. When a student wins a prize, they reach into a bag and draw an index card which has the name of the prize they won. The table below shows the results of 50 prizes that were won over a period of 2 months. What is the percent probability that winners won anything but a ruler? Okay, so we're going to figure out the total possible outcomes and the total positive outcomes. So the positive outcomes are the ones that we're looking for. So the eraser is 7, the pen is 11, the pencil is 6, and it's everything but the ruler, so we're not going to add the ruler's number. And the book cover is 14, and that's all. So that's our positive outcomes out of the total possible outcomes, which is all of those plus the ruler. So 7 plus 11 plus 6 plus 14 plus 12. And that is equal to 38 out of 50. And the question is asking us for the percent probability. Well, if you recall, a percent is a number out of 100, then all we have to do, because our denominator is 50, is multiply both the numerator and denominator by 2, and we get 76 100ths, which is the same thing as 76%. Okay? Number 3. A 3-pack of socks is priced at $1.99. Let me see if I can move this. There we go. And 7 packs of socks are priced at $1.85. Use the above information, complete the following sentence. The unit rate for a 3-pack of socks is blank cents blank, then the unit rate for the 7 pairs of socks. So we're going to have to figure out the unit rate for both of them by dividing, and then we're going to compare them. So the first one, it's $1.99 for 3 pairs of socks. So divide $1.99 by 3. Bring your decimal straight up. 3 goes into 19 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. 19. 3 goes into 19 again 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. 1. I'm going to go out one more place. You have to go to the thousandths place when you're dealing with money, because that will tell you if you have to round up or leave it alone. In this case, we get to leave it alone because it's a 3 in the thousandths place. So this is going to be 66 cents per pair of socks. So that's our unit rate. Remember, a unit rate is your amount per one thing, in this case per 1 pair of socks. And then the next one, a 7-pack of socks was priced at $1.85. So again, we're going to divide $1.85 now by 7. Bring your decimal up. 7 goes into 18 2 times. 2 times 7 is 14. 45. 7 goes into 45 6 times. 6 times 7 is 42. 45 minus 42 is 3. Add a 0 and bring it down. 7 goes into 30 4 times, and that 4 tells us that again we're going to be leaving alone. So this one is 26 cents per pair of socks. So if you're going to fill in the blanks that are in the question, it says the unit rate for a 3 pair of socks is blank cents blank. And the answer is this 3 pair of socks is 40 cents more than the unit rate for a 7 pair of socks. So that's the answer to the question. If you subtract 66 cents minus 26 cents, you get 40 cents. And so your answer is 40 cents more than the 7-pack of socks. All right, moving on. Number 4, a triangular prism with a base length of 9.1 centimeters and a base height of 10 centimeters has a prism height of 12.3 centimeters. So we got to be able to draw this and label it correctly. Doesn't have to be drawn perfectly, but there is our triangular prism. It's talking about the base, so the triangles are the bases, and it's 9.1 here. The base height, or the height of the triangle, is 10, and then it tells us the prism height is 12.3. So that's the distance from base to base. That's the height of the prism. So at that point, you're going to write down your formula. No, actually, it only tells us to find capital B. Capital B is the area of the base. So capital B is the area of the base. Made us think we were going to be finding volume, didn't it? So the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, and we're only going to be using the triangle base. So even though it gave us this extra information, we're not going to be using that at all, so I can cross that off. The base of the triangle is 9.1 times 10, the height of the triangle, and divide by 2. If you work that all out, 9.1 times 10 is 91, and 91 divided by 2 is 45.5. And the units that it gives us are centimeters, and this is an area question, so it is squared. 45.5 centimeters square. Moving on to number 5. Number 5 is, does the solution x minus 1 work for the following equation? X equals negative 1. So we're going to do x over minus 1 equals negative 1. This is the equation, and we want to know if it works. And the solution they give us is negative 1. So if I put that into the equation, it's going to have to give me negative 1 in order for it to be a true solution. So if we put that in there, negative 1 divided by negative 1 minus 1, is that equal to negative 1? Let's think about this. If we divide negative 1 by negative 1, you need to remember that anything divided by itself is 1, so that's positive 1. Minus 1 is 0. Are those the same thing? No, they're not. So the answer is no. It is not a solution. Okay? Number 6. On Ernest Airlines, baggage cannot weigh more than 40 pounds. Devin packed 21 pounds of clothes and 4 packages which weighed a total of 7 pounds. Write an inequality for this scenario and then solve and determine the weight that each package must be less than. Okay, so we know that it has to be a weight that is equal to or less than 40 pounds. And we know that her clothes were 21 pounds, and we know that she's got 4 packages that weigh we don't know how much, and that 21 pounds are going to have to be equal to or less than 40. Okay, we can do this. So, in order to solve the equation, I'm going to separate, it's not an equation, it's an inequality. In order to solve this, I'm going to subtract 21 from both sides. Subtract 21, and those cancel, and the only thing left on this side is 4 x's. I bring down my symbol. 40 minus 21 is 19, and I'm still trying to get x by itself, so I divide both sides by 4. And when I do that, it does not change the direction of the inequality. We're still good. Those 4's cancel, so x comes down, and 19 divided by 4 is 4.75. So each one of those packages can weigh 4.75 pounds each. Okay, number 7. Write the inequality for this diagram. Well, that inequality, because it has an open circle and it goes to the right, is going to have this symbol in the middle, and x, and that open circle is on the 9. So x is greater than positive 9. Okay? Remember, an open circle means that there is no equal sign down here. It's not or equal to. And this is pointing in the same direction as it's pointing on your paper. Okay, so that's it. Number 8. Find both the complement and the supplement of an angle that measures 100 degrees. Okay, so we're finding the complement and the supplement of an angle that measures 100 degrees. Well, a complement to a 100-degree angle does not exist. So we're going to say NA or none, or however you want to say it. And then a supplement, this is a vocabulary question. Everybody should know that complementary angles add up to 90 degrees and supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. So what number plus 100 gives us 180? Well, you got it, 80 degrees. So the supplement is 80 degrees, and there is no complement because you can't add anything to 100 to give you 90. So make sure that you remember what complementary and supplementary angles are. Moving on to number 9. A model car is 10.5 inches long versus an actual car that's 15 3/4 feet long. What's the value of the ratio of the length of the model car to the length of the real car, and what does the ratio mean? So we have 10.5 inches, and it didn't say inches in the question. It has a misprint on the paper. And 15 3/4 feet. Two of these little marks mean inches and one means feet. So if you divide this, you actually could get 5 1/4 if you divided this in half. So 5 1/4 goes into 10.5 2 times, and it goes into 15 3/4 3 times. So this is a 2 to 3 ratio. And it asked us, what does that ratio mean? So if we interpret this, we could say that every 2 inches of the model car corresponds to 3 feet of the actual car. Okay. And then the last question, number 10, real quickly, name all the vertical angles in the picture. Well, vertical angles are angles that are directly across from one another. So you've got angle A, which is, or it doesn't really say angle A, it says A degrees, and it says B degrees, and they're opposite from one another, so we know that they're equal. Vertical angles are equal to one another. And we could say the measure of angle DCF is equal to the measure of angle GCE. There's a couple of other ways that you could have written this. If you have any questions, just let me know. And I hope you made a 100.